What's up, guys? Brad here with sixpackinsanity.com and bradscottfitness.com, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about the paleo diet. A few of you have been asking about different diets, what are the best foods to eat, stuff like that. I'm a big fan of the paleo diet. It's one of kind of the plans that I follow. I don't follow it exactly to a T, like some of the CrossFitters do. They're just strictly paleo. They follow it exactly. I believe in being a little bit more kind of well-rounded, but paleo diet is one of the easiest diets to follow, and it's really great for getting good results. Okay, so what is the paleo diet? I put together a little slideshow for you guys so you could follow along. The paleo diet, also known as the caveman diet, is a dietary plan roughly based on what our ancestors consumed during the Paleolithic era. The current day diet is not an exact replication of their diet, just a concept of what their diet would have been like. Basically, healthy, wholesome food that is not full of any additives, preservatives, and other harmful substances so often found in our current diet. So much of the food we find these days is full of pesticides, full of GMOs, just all kinds of stuff that they're adding to our food nowadays that isn't organically grown. It's not natural food, okay? So part of the paleo diet is to stay away from those processed kind of genetically modified foods, which I like, okay? I like eating all natural food that comes from the earth, not from factories. The diet is actually pretty simple. There's a list of foods you can eat and a list of foods that you can't eat. The simplicity stops there, though. The difficulty arises when one has to strictly adhere to the foods that you can eat. Okay, this is where it gets kind of tricky sometimes. Like, you're not allowed to eat grains, which I like to eat brown rice. I like to eat oatmeal sometimes, which is a grain. Sometimes I'll eat bread, okay? So that's why I don't strictly follow it to a T, but I pretty much follow the basis of it, okay? I eat a lot of meat, a lot of protein, fish, vegetables, fruit, stuff like that. Most of us grow up on cereal, bread, milk, chocolate, hamburgers, ice cream. I know I did. I ate a lot of ice cream when I was younger, and I still eat a lot of hamburgers. But, you know, they are processed, so I try and make that my cheat meal. I try and stay away from any processed foods as much as possible. So, you know, most of the U.S. is only eating these foods. They're pretty much only eating these processed foods, and that's why the obesity rate has reached such epidemic proportions. Okay, it's getting really bad. People need to really start eating healthy. Okay, non-processed foods, just natural, organically grown foods. Okay. Now, while most normal diets give you a list of foods that are not good for you, the paleo diet goes one step higher and just strikes off the ingredients. For example, a normal diet will state that you should not eat donuts. The paleo diet states that you cannot consume any sugar at all. With this one condition, it has just eliminated a huge chunk of foods. Grains are also not allowed. So that's what I was saying. I like eating oatmeal, brown rice, stuff like that. That basically eliminates any bread, pizzas, burgers. They're out of the question. So, like I said, I don't follow it exactly to a T, but I do like the main principle of the paleo diet. In the paleo diet, you're only expected to eat grass-fed meats, fish, poultry, fruit, non-starchy vegetables such as broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, lettuce, spinach, etc. Eggs and vegetable oils such as olive oil, coconut oil, macadamia oil are allowed as fats, okay? You're allowed avocado as well as a great healthy fat. You can only consume these foods in the paleo diet. So if you do want to strictly follow the paleo diet, these are pretty much the only foods that you're allowed. There are only a few other foods that you can consume while on the paleo diet. It would be best to get a paleo cookbook and learn what you can eat and how to transform these foods into tasty dishes, okay? Paleo diet can be very fun if you have great recipes to follow. I'll leave a link of some of my favorite paleo diet recipe books in the video description below, okay? So you can go through and choose the book that you like the most. But basically, you need to have some recipes that make the food interesting, because if you're just eating like salmon and broccoli or chicken and broccoli every day, it's going to get really boring. So you need to spice it up a little bit. Buy a recipe book. It's going to make your life a lot more interesting with the paleo diet. Just because the diet is restrictive does not mean that it has to be boring. In fact, it is highly advisable that you have as many paleo recipes as possible at your fingertips. Since you have sacrificed so many foods that you consider delicious, your body will be craving these forbidden foods. Tasty paleo dishes will ease this mental torture, okay? Once you have gotten used to the diet, naturally your cravings will slowly decrease till there are none left, really. In fact, even the smell of junk food may turn you off in the future. Sometimes I actually, I'll go to eat a hamburger or something now, and I used to just absolutely love every single hamburger. But if I have like a big juicy hamburger sometimes now, I actually feel like a little bit disgusted from it. I'm not sure why, but once you start eating more cleanly, your body kind of gets used to that nice, natural, unprocessed food running through you, and it kind of gets repulsed by processed foods after a while. So you'll notice the switch within like a couple months of eating healthy like this. Paleo diet, my overall conclusion with it is it's going to help you be leaner, healthier, and feel much better, okay? You're going to have more energy if you're eating clean foods. These are the priceless benefits of the paleo diet, and they are definitely worth all of the sacrifice. It'd be a great diet to incorporate into an exercise program, into your daily schedule, so they can reap rewards throughout. I mean, this diet really is one of the better ones that you can turn it into a lifestyle and not just like a little quick fad diet that you do for a couple weeks or so. This is one of the only diets that I've found that you can actually stay on throughout your whole life if you want to. It's very easy to maintain, as it's not calorie restrictive. You can pretty much eat a ton of food if you want to, as long as you're eating healthy, non-processed foods, okay? Like I said, organic meat, organically grown vegetables, fruit, stuff like that. Hope you like this video, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Please remember to comment, rate, and subscribe if you like this video, and we'll see you next time.